Welcome back to Overlanding 21. Today's how-to video is going to be how to change the oil and oil filter inside your Jeep Wrangler. All the information we're going to be talking about can be found inside your owner's manual. I suggest that you go through your owner's manual, read it, see what the maintenance schedule is on your vehicle, and get to know it, because keeping your rig up and good maintenance is key to staying reliably out on the trails. So we went to AutoZone, picked up Pennzoil Platinum Euro. It's 5W40. If you look at it, it meets Chrysler's MS 12991 oil standards for oil for the Jeep. Got ourselves a Mopar filter, got a 1 16 socket for the oil filter, and a 13mm for the oil drain plug. Now the 1 16 is large, it's a 1/2 inch drive. That's why we got a 1/2 inch drive ratchet, as well as the extension to reach down into the engine bay. And then we got the 3/8 drive for 13mm to take off. So here we are underneath the Jeep. Right here's your engine oil pan. Here's your drain plug right here. While you're down here, you want to inspect the area, make sure you have no excessive rust, any damage. You get your 13mm, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Go ahead and turn. Once you broke it, you come in by hand. Now we got the engine oil up to temp, so it's going to be a little warm. So what you want to do is you want to keep pushing in on it while you're turning, and you feel it where it's no longer threaded, and then you could pull out real fast and catch your oil. Now we're back up on top. The oil filter is located right past your ABS pump. This is your ABS pump right here. Your oil filter is right in here. Might be hard to see with the light, but let's see if we can get in there. That's your oil filter right there. So you want to take your socket, place it right on top of the oil filter on that nut, and then you want to just wrench it out. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Now that we got it all loosened up, we're gonna need our socket again. We're gonna reach in with a rag. Try to prevent getting a big old mess over here in the engine bay, as the oil filter is facing down. And there you go. So I'm a stickler when it comes to O-rings. And on these oil filters, you have an O-ring here and an O-ring right here. Just like other oil filters, I always like to take some new oil and lube up the oil filter. That way, while you're screwing it in and putting it on, it's not pinching it. It's not going to get bound up and get removed. So for me, it's a practice that I've been practicing on all my other vehicles, so I'm going to continue it on the Jeep. So all I do is dip my finger inside the new oil, rub it on the oil filter right here before I insert it inside the oil filter housing. So now that we got our hands dried, we're gonna go in here and by hand insert the oil filter into the oil filter housing. Now you always want to start everything by hand first, that way you don't cross thread anything. And you can get this filter on a good bit. Now these filters are supposed to be only torqued down to 25 inch-pounds, which is not the same as foot-pounds. So if you're going to torque it down or you're going to tighten it, don't tighten it too much, because you'll crack the housing that's in the back. Everything here is plastic, so you don't want to break it. So I just want to quickly correct myself. I said it was inch-pounds. It's actually Newton meters, 25 Newton meters that you have to torque this down to, which roughly translates to 18.5 pounds. Now when torquing something down, you normally don't want to use an extension because it gives you a false reading, but in this case it's all we could do. There you go. Did you hear that click? Let's watch that again. So there you go. That's 18 pounds of pressure right there. Checking it a couple times not to move it. So hopefully we'll check to see if it leaks after that, but that should take care of it. So now that we got our filter installed, looking good right there, engine bay is clean, we're going to come over here and we have our oil cap. Now one thing that I like to suggest is make sure your oil cap area is clean of debris. Wipe it down a little bit, blow it off, vacuum it out. Some of us get mud around here and you don't want that debris to fall inside. So now that we got that cleaned up, give it a little turn, and now she pops. Now we're ready to add oil. So if you remember, or if you looked inside your manual, you'll see that it takes 9 quarts of 5W40. So this whole jug is 5 right now, so we're just going to be able to pour this whole thing in. All right, so now that we're finishing pouring in the second quart, remember it only takes 9. We took 1 quart out earlier to make sure that we only have 4 here. So we're gonna go ahead, insert the dipstick. Remember, you clean it off after you pull it out. Set it all the way in, and then pull it all the way out. And then you want to check. And as you can see, we have full oil. So 9 quarts on the dot. Now you want to make sure that you put your cap back on. And yes, this is an old funnel that I've used for a long time, so if it still works, no point of replacing it. We made sure our cap is back on. We forgot to show, but we did put the drain plug in as well. You want to make sure you do that before you fill the oil. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you plan on your next oil filter change. Rather than paying the dealership $300, that's what my local dealership wanted to charge. They're charging $115 for this oil filter. We were able to find it online, OEM, for $53. I'll put the link in the description below. I'm not affiliated with them, but if it helps you guys, it's gonna help in the long run. Maybe it'll buy you guys new lights or something else for your Jeep. But hope this video was informative. Hope that helped you out a lot. Make sure you maintain your Jeeps, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the trails. Till next time.